Hi everybody, what I'm going to show you today is an absolutely gorgeous pen. Well, another gorgeous pen. What you'll see here, a slightly unusual pen in the fact that there's no markings on it, there's no maker's name, there's no model number, but what we do know, it's a very large safety pen. Now, whoever actually made this particular pen, it's got to come from a good manufacturer, because the quality of the pen is absolutely superb. It's in excellent condition. It's never actually been inked, so in absolutely pristine condition. As you can see, it comes in this, well, it's actually black hard rubber, and it's got this lovely sort of wavy line chase pattern to the pen. And to the top there you can see the cap, and a little bit unusual. Well, I say unusual because I've actually shown you a couple of Waterman safety pens on my channel, but I've never actually had one like this. You can actually see to the bottom there, it's got this small thread to the bottom of the barrel. Okay, I'm going to actually show you how that actually gets used in a moment. Now, as I say, this particular pen is actually, well, it's a giant of a pen. From the top of the cap there to the bottom of the barrel, the pen measures approximately 132 millimeters capped, and around the diameter of the barrel, it's a whopping 13 millimeters in diameter. So, as you can see, it's a very large pen. Now, actually, what we'll actually do, I've just seen a pen to the side here. There's a Parker 51. Okay, in, well, just for anybody that's interested, in Cordovan brown. Okay, and if we put the Parker next to it, like so, you can see how big this particular safety pen is. So what we'll do, we'll pop that to one side. Now, as I say, there's no markings on it, there's no model number, etc. So I'm a little bit confused, and I would like to know if anybody's out there who knows what this particular pen is or who it was made by. I'd love to know. So what we actually do, we unscrew the cap from the top of the pen like so, and with most safety pens you can see it's got the thread to the top there. Okay, and I don't know if you can actually see the nib inside there, but if not, doesn't really matter. Incidentally, a lot of these safety pens, within the cap there, they have a little section down at the bottom, and what I'm going to try and do, let's get a little bit of a light, if it's on, and there you go. Don't know how visible that is, but I'm hoping you can actually see there, down at the bottom there. Okay, it's got a flat section inside the cap. Okay, and what actually happens is once we screw the cap on like so, or sorry, well, yeah, screw the cap on, the barrel here sits flat against this flat section inside the cap, which basically stops it leaking. So let's show you the cap and the pen together. An absolutely beautiful example. As I say, never been inked, in superb, like original condition. Now, again, slightly different this. I mean, that's how different this is. I put the cap down because I thought it was like a normal Waterman, but it isn't. What we actually do is we get the cap and we screw it onto the thread at the bottom of the barrel there. And what we do, as we screw the cap on, okay, and then carry on screwing, and what you'll actually see to the left hand side there is the nib coming out of the barrel. Okay, so an ingenious design, if I may say so myself. And there you can see the nib, and you can see in normal circumstances I'm not a fan of pens being posted with a cap, but in this particular case the pen is actually designed to do that anyway. Let's show you the nib there. Now the nib on this particular pen, again, there's no maker's mark. What it simply says, it's got a warranted 14 karat gold first quality nib. Okay, I'm hoping you can see there. A little bit unusual, maybe somebody will recognise the nib. The nib is actually quite a large nib, and I'm hoping you can tell there. You can see that the shoulders of the nib are actually quite wide, which is a little bit unusual for these safety pens. The nibs are normally quite narrow, but on this particular one, as you can see, as I say, the shoulders are, well, it's quite a wide nib. So if we turn it over, let's show you the feed on the other side, and you can see that it's got the ridges to the side of the feed there, which again is a little bit unusual for a pen of this era. As I say, for this era, I would say this pen, well, to keep myself totally safe, if you like, I'd say the pen comes from the early 1900s. So there's the pen with the nib out of the barrel. So at this point, what you'd actually do, you'd go away and you'd write away and do whatever you're doing. Unfortunately, sorry you guys that like to see pens working. What I'm actually going to do, I'm not going to do a writing sample because, as I say, the pen has never been inked, and I'm going to leave that to somebody else if they want to ink it, or just simply put the pen into their own collection. Now once you've finished, what you'd actually do then is actually turn the cap again anti-clockwise, and there you'll see the nib goes back into the barrel. And again, if you just carry on turning the nib, it's just a little bit of pressure there, and then if we carry on, it actually unscrews from the end of the barrel. Incidentally, some people will say, okay, well, how do you actually fill the pen? What you'd actually do, as the nib now is retracted back into the barrel, you'd actually get a syringe, or in the proper way they used to do it in them days, an eyedropper, and you'd actually drop the ink into the barrel at this point while the nib is retracted back into the barrel. So let's put the cap back on. So there we have it, a absolutely beautiful large safety fountain pen in black chased hard rubber, in absolutely A1 condition. Unfortunately, as I say, there's no maker's mark, there's no model number. You can see there it's got a blank cartouche to the side of the barrel, but if we turn it round again, you can see the lovely chase pattern there. So hopefully somebody out there, if you can tell me what this pen is, who made it, maybe a model number, that would be very much appreciated. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed looking at this pen as much as I've enjoyed showing it to you. Don't forget, plenty more videos on my channel. Go and have a look, leave some comments. But for now, I'll just say bye bye now.